Hi, welcome to today's vlog. Today I am sat in a car park with these bunch of reprobates.
So Andy, we'll film this, yeah?
I'm filming you.
Bleeding hell!
Trying to shoot a trailer for him today, so we'll see how that goes. So we've just finished recording the footage. It's a bit miserable now outside. I'm going to get it all edited and get home. So I'm now going to go and swap over with Gina because Gina's got to go to work. So I'm going to go and get Isaac now, and I've got some things planned for Isaac this afternoon as well, and make a start in this editing tonight. So speak to you in a bit. So I've just come back home, and lo and behold, it's arrived. Package time. So it's come, it's my cycling helmet. Now, I've only been waiting on forever for this one. I actually ordered this helmet back in, I think it was the last week of December. Technically, I ordered it. So bear in mind that this is an Amazon-owned product as opposed to a third-party retailer. Amazon keeps stock of it, and I've been waiting for it. Been on Prime for over a month. Well played, Amazon. I did actually contact Amazon the other day, and I contacted them to find out what was going on with my order, and they just said to me, "Oh, you'll get an email when it gets sent out to you." I was like, "Well, how am I supposed to know when that's going to be? It's going to be this week, this month, next year? I don't know. I've got a bike here that I can't ride because I'm still waiting for my helmet." And all they could say was, "Okay, yeah, we can't give you any answer about that." I said, "Okay, so if I ask for a refund, can I get it put onto Amazon credit to save waiting for the money to go back into my bank account and then coming back to me again?" And then the next word I got back from was, "Your refund has been processed." I was like, "What have you just done?" So I started having a message with the live chat, and after I found out that they decided to cancel my order, I was not best pleased. So then I placed another order for a different model, which is this Giro Foray with Mips. The Mips is like it's like a collision system inside the helmet, so it stays fastened to your head. But the helmet is allowed to move around. It's a bit like an impact zone that you have in a car, but instead it's actually on the helmet. So it's supposed to be a bit better for road bikes. Anyway, so I then went for this one, which was a little bit more expensive than the other one. I then had to argue with Amazon about the cost and whatever else. I've ordered something on Prime, it should have been here. I've been patient, I've been waiting a few weeks for something that should have been next day. What's going on? And then they ended up giving me the money as credit to make up the difference for that one. So that's not too bad, but yeah, hey ho. Anyway, so it's finally arrived. Bearing in mind that this was all a few days ago, and this one's also on Prime. This one still took 3 days to turn up. Don't know what's going on at Amazon at the moment. Considering I actually work for them, not got a clue what's going on with their Prime system. So anyway, that means that my bike, which I've just had sat in the corner of the conservatory, hello bike, so I can finally start riding it, which is great news. But unfortunately, the weather isn't the best. So I'm hopefully going to try and go on to it on Monday and see if the weather's decent enough for it. So if you've not seen this before, this is the helmet. I'll show you inside it. If you look inside, you can see them little yellow pegs. So the little yellow pegs fasten down to a plastic frame, which is just inside here, where my fingers are now. Has got an adjustable buckle on the back, so you can tighten it down to your right head side. But basically what happens is the little yellow tabs in there are actually like an elasticated thing, and it allows this plastic frame to be fastened to your head and stay still, but whilst also then allowing the actual hard outer bit of the shell, of the actual helmet itself, to move around. So then if you were to have a ground impact, let's say with a curb or something like that, as the helmet takes most of the impact, then the helmet is then able to roll. And then basically, rather than your head taking more brunt of the force, it just means it slows it down a bit more. So it's a lot safer if you're on a road bike. So that's why I've been waiting for it. Anyway, so that's the helmet. It's finally come, and I'm really chuffed. Tonight we are going to be trying to attack the fish tank a little bit more. I've been trying to think of a way of anchoring the plants down because the fish keep uprooting them. So I don't like putting lead weights into the tank, lead and all that. So I've come up with this new idea that I've kind of half thought of. Now the idea was originally I was just going to use this elasticated cord, which I picked up from the range, I think it was. So this is an elasticated cord. I was just going to tie the elasticated cord around the rock and then around the base of the plants. Now, because of the substrate that I'm using, which is cat litter, and I'm going to discuss this another day, but because of the substrate is actually quite light. which means then it's easier for the fish to pick the plants up. But because it's so light, I don't want them to basically lift the rocks out on top of the substrate and then be able to see the rocks all the time, which is where I'm coming with this. So these are a packet of plant pot saucers. So I've got these. So what I've done is I've melted some holes through these plant pots, just to allow me to be able to tie it on. And then basically the elastic is going to go through the holes of the pot and then around the bottom of the plant. Then the light cat gravel can sit in that tray, and then basically that's what's going to hold it down, is the actual gravel itself. The reason why I put extra holes in it is to allow the roots to eventually go through it, and then when the plant starts filling out a bit more, it'll actually spill over the top. The other good thing about using this saucer, now if you've not heard of them before, you can get these things called root tabs. The root tabs are for the plants to get nutrients out of the substrate. Now if you haven't got a substrate that's actually got anything in it, so like this cat gravel, there's nothing in it whatsoever. The root tabs basically give the nutrients to the roots inside the bottom. The idea is that they will slowly get depleted and you replace them with more root tabs. They're a bit like a clay pellet, is about the best way I can say it. That's what they look like anyway. So I can put the root tab on the saucer, elasticate it on, put the plant on top of that, and then once all that's done, I can then fill it with gravel, and I know definitely then the plant has got the root tab inside it. Also, the other thing as well, using that, it means that the root tab won't leach out around the plant into the rest of the substrate, because it'll actually be contained within the saucer inside the tank. That's the plan. So anyway, so that's a new idea I've come up with. I'm going to be trying to develop some kind of shield as well to try and protect the stick that is now a stick again. See there, I think I said this yesterday, that the kissing gouramis are literally destroying the moss on top of that. So the plan is now that I'm going to make a small cocoon, wherever I have put it. So I was hunting around on the internet last night for something that I could use to basically protect the top of this moss sculpture, if you want to call it that, whilst the moss starts taking hold of itself. Now I think that once the moss actually gets hold of the wood itself and starts digging in, I don't think the kissing gouramis are going to be able to pull it off as easily. So with that in mind, I went hunting around on last night. I was trying to find on the internet some kind of plastic meshing that had no metal in it. And they ended up finding out that Wilco sell this multi-garden mesh. So the idea is I'm going to build like a Faraday cage or like a frame around the actual top of the tree sculpture. Once I've got the frame to the right size, I'm then going to re-stick all the moss back to the top of it again. I've managed to capture most of the moss. Thankfully it's dropped either into the filter sock or it stayed in clumps on the bottom of the tank. So I've managed to collect most of that up. At least then I can recycle 90% of it. I would say that some of the bits have been chewed up that small that there's nothing left. So that's that. Like I said, so we're going to see if I can get all these plants anchored down later on. And the other thing that I need to do is, I'm trying to tidy up all these cabling in the top of here at the moment because it's like a rat's nest. The reason why it's been like that is basically because I keep on trying to change things around. I think of a new idea that maybe this might work better. And rather than having cables that are literally fixed to their positions, I've just literally been throwing it all up until I'm happy with what I've got. So I think I'm almost there now. So now I'm actually going to escape in the tank. I think at the same time I'm now going to actually tidy up all the cabling in the top. And once I've done that, I'm going to do my video about the whole fish tank. Anyway, so I know this is a Huel vlog and I've not discussed Huel today. So, bad news, I have today run out of my Huel Granola. That's my third box so far since I've been on this diet. I've got 3 more boxes on order and they're supposed to be with me on Monday. So that's basically where we're at the moment. Everyone is trying to climb in and eat my plants at the moment. So I've made a temporary cocoon to look after the plants that I have planted. Everyone's climbing in the hole. They're not hiding, they're actually eating the plant. The plant doesn't stand a chance. Anyway, discuss. So tonight Gina's going out to the cinema and leaving us boys alone at home. So I've got Isaac this Meccano Ferrari car we're going to be building up. So I'm going to put that in a little minute. Anyway, right. So it's nearly time for us to go and pick Gina up from work. Because her other car obviously hasn't still got its MOT, so we've got to go and pick her up. And I shall catch you all in a bit when it goes to tea time. So see you soon. So okay, I've had to stop that because I spent 2.5 hours trying to build this Meccano, and I've not done Meccano in years, but that's all I've done. I mean, I've got like working suspension on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but that's as far as I've got. I mean, to be fair, for 20 quid, there's a lot of bits in it, and there's a lot of time you can spend building this thing. But I've had to chuck it all in the plastic box for tonight because, like I said, I've literally done that much. It looks like I've done nothing, but I've literally been working at that for hours. Yeah, so I'm on instruction number 45 out of like 110. Coincidentally, if anyone's actually interested in this Meccano set, it's actually in Home and Bargain at the moment. Like I said, it's 20 quid, and it's the Ferrari Meccano set. Apparently it's got, how many pieces is it now? 782 pieces. I know it says 10 plus, that's why I was helping Isaac, but even, I think a 10-year-old might struggle with this, to be fair. It doesn't look like it on the box that it's got many parts, but that outer bit's hiding a lot of stuff that's going on the inside. So yeah, no, it's quite a good kit, to be fair. But what it's meant is I haven't done any of what I wanted to do tonight. So these little saucer things that I made up for the fish tank, I've not fitted them. I've not finished cutting all this elastic down. I've not done that. I've just kind of given up with that. That mesh that I said I was going to do in the fish tank is still sat in the kitchen. It's still in a roll. I've literally spent my entire night trying to build up a Meccano car. Yeah, so anyway, I've finished my Huel off for today. I've ended up having 3 shakers. I have no cereal in the cupboard for tomorrow. It's like my Huel cupboard is starting to look a bit bare. I've got about a third of a bag left. Me and Gina are out tomorrow day. We're at a child's birthday party over in Wales. So yeah, I can't eat anything. I can't have any cake. You know, things like that you end up missing. So yeah, no cake for me tomorrow at a child's birthday party, which I'm a bit gutted to say the least. Why would I do that? I prefer just shaking my food like crazy inside one of these things and then hoping it's not very lumpy. I know everyone keeps saying, you know, you should get a blender and whatever else. I mean, I do have a quite a big blender. I can't bother to get it out. It's that far in the cupboard because it hardly ever gets used. But yeah, we have got a big blender. I've not tried blending my Huel up yet. But I did say this the other day in the video that the whole idea is I'm just literally going to go with what they give you, which is literally this Huel cup with obviously the sieve inside it. I do actually need to get a new Huel cup. I did mention this the other day as well, that I've broken the cup. But the way the crack is, unless you squeeze the cup, it doesn't let any water out. So it's actually alright. So I'm just living with it. When I go to shake it, I kind of like have to firm grip around the bottom and firm grip on the top and make sure it doesn't spray all over the place. But yeah, it's alright. It still does the job. So it's like a cupboard of whites in here. I mean, there's like the regular food, like what everyone else has in their house, and then I have a very bland looking cupboard. I mean, if anybody from Huel's looking, how about you actually, even just like the flavour boost, could you like make the labels like coloured, so then like the toffee is toffee coloured, or the pineapple maybe is yellow, or you know, chocolate is brown, you know, just to add a bit of spice, because on your card comes all lovely and coloured, but the bags that it comes in aren't very coloured. I know it doesn't really matter, but just my 5p's worth. Hang on, my LED lights do something funky. Tomorrow is my 3rd weigh-in day. Now I know I took the measurements on day 1 for my waist and my neck and everything else, and I'm going to save that until the end of next week. So at the end of week 4, I'll actually do all my weight measurements, and I'll see actually, you know, proportionally how much weight I've managed to lose and how much my body sizes have changed as well, to see if anything has changed. Gina still thinks I've actually been changing my body size, but I'm not so convinced on that. Tomorrow night as well, I'm actually going out go-karting again, so I do quite like going go-karting. It's somewhere to get out of the house. Also, my helmet doesn't get to see the light of day that often, apart from when I go go-karting. Yes, there is a GoPro mounted to the side of it. I do record the footage, but I never put it on YouTube. So anyway, yes, so by all means, make sure you come back and check out tomorrow's vlog. Thanks very much for coming, Jack. thank you very much for coming out and checking out today's vlog. Random again? All my vlogs feel a bit random at the moment, but thanks very much for coming along anyway. I really enjoyed going out and meeting these guys earlier on. Like I said, I was trying to shoot their trailer for them. I was going to start editing that tonight, but by the time I've sorted Isaac out, got him to bed, started doing this Meccano thing, whatever else, I kind of like just ran out of time. So I'm going to start doing bits and pieces on that and try and get that edited up soon. But I really enjoyed doing that. They're a good bunch of guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the final product comes out from that. But yeah, no, so apart from doing that and other bits and pieces today, I've not really got much else to report, apart from running out of cereal. So, yeah, it's one of them. Thanks very much anyway. If you've not seen my other Huel videos, please by all means go and check them out. They will be popping up in various links at the end of the video, somewhere around here-ish. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. It'll also pop up around here somewhere. If you've not seen my other videos, please go and check them out. There is a playlist that I don't know what's going on with me today. There is a playlist that links all the Huel videos together, so you can see them from day one up till now. And also there's the Twister vlogs, which me and Gino enjoyed, which we went away on holiday in August to go and see all the Twister filming locations. So I've mentioned this a few times on my Huel vlogs, but it's just to get more attention over that way. For some reason, one of them Twister videos has done really well. It's got over 5,000 views on it. Most of the other ones are about 200, so I'm not quite sure why that is, but it is what it is. So anyway, if you've seen the film Twister and you wanted to see where the filming locations look like after 20 years, please by all means go and check them out. I really appreciate you going to have a look. So anyway, thanks very much guys, cheers for coming back, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.